Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Super Lunch Bros Podcast, episode number 119. I am Brendan. We're going to talk about Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte, fighting for some boxing belts. Sorry, also, if I sound like death. I don't know if this is from cutting the grass and doing yard work and stuff yesterday with all of the pollen and allergies and all that crap, or if it's just a sickness that's going through my house because everybody in my house gets sick in a certain order, and I thought I was earlier in the order, but I guess that was a different one. Anyway, if you like hearing people who sound like death while they're talking, no. If you like MMA, I talk about boxing once in a while, but mainly MMA. Please subscribe. I put out at least one of these videos every single week. That way you'll know the next time the video comes out. And if you do like this video, please click the like button. I'd appreciate it. All right. No more adieu. Let's get going here. Wow, I sound awful. Holy moly. Anyway, so Tyson Fury, possibly retiring, possibly not, putting on what I consider just like an absolute perfect performance, just a shutout. I'd say he had the perfect punching numbers for his fighting style, doing great, and then he gets this beautiful knockout. Beautiful uppercut knockout in the 6th round, putting a stamp on his career, putting an end to it if he does decide to call it quits, with a phenomenal finish, and it looked just great. So round by round here. First round, the height difference, as usual, is providing cushion for Fury. So Whyte was having issues getting on the inside. He really couldn't manage distance properly, and every time he would try to move in, Fury's footwork was excellent. I wrote, he would either slide to the left, slide to the right. He's dodging just enough to get out of the way, or using good head movement when Whyte did, for the split second that he could get him on the ropes, use his head, move off the center line, and then, move off to the left or to the right. So Whyte was not able to work past the jab of Fury, content to just try and play jab for jab in that first round. And that was just a losing battle for him. So I gave that first round 10-9 to Fury. I don't think I'm going to get any complaints or whatchamacallits, great disagreements for that one. I look at the CompuBox numbers here. 7-5 in favor of Fury. I know there's more to it than that, but Fury landed the bigger punches to, 4 of 6 as opposed to 1 of 10 for Whyte. Great, just overall really good first round. Second round, Whyte was swinging away with a big right hand a few times as Fury just got out of the way, seeing it clearly every single time. Fury's feet really seemed like they were always in position. Like they're always underneath him. They're always in the correct spot. It seems like he's quite literally 1 step ahead or 2 steps ahead of Whyte. His feet, Fury's feet were always moving to the next position in the correct way, keeping his weight centered over his base, unless he was on the ropes doing the rope-a-dope, which he didn't have to do very much in this because Whyte wasn't able to keep him there. Whyte was trying to chase him pretty much the whole fight, but especially in the second round. He did a lot of chasing as opposed to trying to cut off the ring here. Didn't do a good job of that, and just got outstruck in this one too. And they're out punched, 15-5 in the second round. Easy round for Fury. So I had him up 20-18, and then round 3, Fury was opening up a little bit more, landing some more combos in this round. Whyte finally starting to go to the body, which I think he should have started much earlier because of the height difference and the reach difference and all that other stuff and the way Fury moves his head. I understand it's easier said than done. I'm over here, all of 5'8" and never boxed anybody for a day in my life, trying to tell a professional boxer who is insanely talented to move in on one of the best boxers in history and hit him to the body. I understand it's not that easy, but the body's always there to be hit, whether or not you're going to get punished for it and that kind of stuff. That's where, skill and technique and all that other stuff comes in. But I feel like he didn't have the right game plan, and he was headhunting a lot, and he was trying to go for that, Deontay Wilder style knockdown of Fury to try and get the win here, and it just did not work, and uh, in this third round, even when I thought, Whyte landed a few good shots of his own, Fury landed 1-for-1 with him when he did land a good shot. And then on top of that, Fury was still ahead of him throwing shots. Like, I mean, statistically, the third round for Whyte wasn't his best round either, losing out 16-4. So in the fourth round, the guys were jawing at each other. At the third round, I obviously gave the Fury. So I had him up 30-27 going into the fourth. The guys were jawing at each other because of the dirty stuff going on in the clinch from both men. Elbows, headbutts, whether they're intentional or not, they were stupid. Whyte actually got cut from a clash of heads in the clinch, which sucked. He had a cut over his right eye. Whyte was striking the back of the head in the clinch while the ref was trying to separate them. It got really nasty and kind of silly in there, talking shit in there. That round was a damn mess, but I still think Fury landed the better shots, so I had him up 40-36. And you look at the striking numbers here, more of the same. Total punches, 12-6. It was a better round for Whyte, but not great. He did land more in this round than he did in the previous one, so he was making improvements. The fifth round, Fury was landing even more, landing to the body and up top, 3 or 4 punch combos now, so that was kind of cool, seeing him to kind of get in the groove. And then I gave this round easily for Fury. He was just pitching a shutout at this point, 50-45. And then in the sixth round, here comes the money. This is what, really set him apart. Not set him apart. Set him up for success was the good, like the pressure from Whyte. He was really driving in and leaving himself exposed, and that's what what Fury took advantage of. Fury dropped him with a giant right uppercut, and Whyte wasn't able to get his feet under him anymore. Like, he went down, got back up, but he wasn't totally with it. Holy shit, what a punch. Beautiful. And if you want to look at the fifth round here, that fifth round, I mean, again, Whyte landed 7 shots, so that was statistically his best round. He was, 7 for 34. Not great, but, losing out 7-14 to Fury. I don't know. Was it a fun fight to watch? It was all right. I think this was like an average boxing match. I don't think it was a bad one to watch. I think the real question here is like what's in store for Fury, right? Like, what's next for him? Is he gonna go? Well, obviously, I don't want to. He's never gonna fight Deontay Wilder again. For the love of God, I hope not. We don't need to see that a fourth time. We saw what happened the first 3 times, right? And then there's the Anthony Joshua fight, but Anthony Joshua lost to Alexander Usyk, so that fight kind of lost its luster. Is he really going to keep boxing like that? Or, there's the talks of him fighting Francis Ngannou, doing some of these fun fights. I think that would be huge. I think that would be fun. I think he would be favored in that because, Francis Ngannou hits hard, but is he a better boxer? Does he have better cardio than Deontay Wilder? Can he hit harder than Deontay Wilder? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think his experience in boxing trumps what Deontay Wilder was able to do. I think Deontay Wilder versus Francis Ngannou would be a fun fight to watch. There's just, the boxing is in this weird place for me personally. It's just, every so often they have these fighters and fights where it's very interesting, fun to watch, and really exciting. But then there's these huge lulls. And then I understand that, we had Errol Spence last weekend and there were some other fights. And, being a tertiary fan of boxing, right, where this isn't my main focus, it's not even my secondary focus. Boxing is more like a curiosity for me. So I really only get up when, it's a recognizable fighter or fight. And in this case, it might have been Fury's last boxing match, and that's why I tuned in. I thought, dude, he's one of the best of all time. We can have a separate discussion about that, but I think he's, put him in any era of boxing and he beats pretty much everyone. I think he's got insane skills. He's never really been beaten. He's just, it's something else. Seeing a guy that tall, that lanky, that heavy move the way he does, it's unbelievable. It's something unlike anything we've seen in history with someone who can do that, but also put everything else together with good head movement and also having a really good chin. It's just the perfect combination of like to be the best boxer in history, and that's kind of what he's gone down to be. And yeah, like his era of boxing might not necessarily have been the strongest or most competitive, but part of that could be just how good he was compared to everybody else. Or part of it could be because of the politics played between the belt holders and organizations and stupid shit when it comes to the money. I might go with that latter one. But yeah, that's all I got to say on the matter of that one. I didn't watch any of the prelim fights. I was really only interested in Tyson Fury, and he went out there and performed, man. Tyson Fury is one of, like I said, one of, if not the best heavyweight boxer of all time. He's just something else, and I'm glad I was able to catch a lot of his events live. And especially, this one being his last one. So that is all. If you like this video, please press like. If you like this stuff, I mean, I sound like death. If you made it this far, please subscribe because I sound a lot better usually. Okay, not a lot better, but I sound better normally, and I don't sound all stuffed up and like an asshole. And when I talk about MMA, I know a little bit more about what I'm talking about because that's actually my main focus and something that I'm a huge fan of in every event that I cover. So, speaking of which, I do have I have multiple Bellator videos out this weekend. I covered the UFC, so if you're looking for those will be on the channel. Go check those out. Check out my other ones from previous weeks. I have a couple other videos. I have a video on illegal strikes and the consequences, and then I have ones about learning the rules as far as judging goes. So, that's all. I appreciate y'all. It means a lot to me. And if you're listening to this during your work week, I hope you have a great day and hope you have a great week. Love y'all.